Welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to rotate the live camera preview in React Native's new architecture for Android using Media 3 effect as well as CameraX. Now I am using React Native version 80 at the time of recording this video. Also all the code related to camera for rotating the camera, live camera preview as well as image capture is done via native code with the help of Kotlin. So I'm not using any third-party library for this. So let's get started. So we will be following this documentation a lot. So first you need to create a React Native project. So you can run this command, but instead of demo you can write your own project name. Also we don't need CocoaPod installation because we are doing this only for Android. We are ignoring iOS in this particular tutorial. Then what it says is we need to create a specs folder, and instead of web view we will be creating a folder called my camera. Now instead of my camera you can name this whatever you feel like, but that name is very important because that name will be used in lot other places as well. So if you are doing this for the very first time, it's better you follow what I am doing. Now don't run this command, we'll just create all these folders manually, and here you can see this is the project structure for it. So first just create a folder called specs, okay, like this. Then go to Android, app, src, main, java, com, and here you can see I have created a folder called my camera. Now a TypeScript file with the same name has to be created in the specs folder, so that's why I have created my camera, but it should have the name native component.ts as well. Otherwise your code generation command will not be able to find that particular file. Okay, so if I just show you the documentation, here you can see they have named it as WebView native component.ts, but in our case it would be my camera native component.ts. Now here basically I have copy pasted all this code which is present, and I have just pasted it over here. Now here you can see I have removed this prop. I don't require any prop, and instead of on script loaded I have this on image taken. Here I have named it as custom my camera as well, and here inside this my camera image taken event I have this result of type string over here. Okay, so hopefully you got this. Then let's come down. So we need to write this particular bit of code inside our package.json. So let's just go to package.json and just copy paste this particular bit of code. So here we have this my camera, and here we have this rct my camera. Here I have custom my camera as well. Okay, now given that we have changed the package.json file, we need to do npm install as well. So I'll just cd to this project. So here I am to my test app. I'll just go to test app and I'll just do npm install over here. So it will do the npm installation for me. Okay, then let's scroll down again, and here we need to cd to the Android folder over here for code generation. So let's just wait for npm installation to finish. I don't know why it's taking so much time. Okay, so it's finally done. Then I can just use this cd Android, and then I can just run this particular command. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here as well. So this will do code generation for us. Okay, so my code generation was pretty quick. Then you need to come, so if you see the documentation again, we need to create this react webview.kt. now here we can't really copy paste this code, we have to write our own code related to camera. So before we write the code, we need to install few dependencies. You need to go to build.gradle, and here you need to add this camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then camera media 3 effect, which is still in alpha at the time of me recording, but if it does become stable, make sure you use the stable version, and Android X media 3 effect as well. Then go to Android manifest.xml, and here you need to add uses feature of Android hardware camera, camera permission as well as write external storage permission. Then go to my camera, and here you need to create a file called react_my_camera.kt. Firstly you will have to write your package name. Now these are all the imports, so I'll simply scroll through these imports. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports as well. And here is our current context as well. Here is our camera, here is our preview, and here is our image capture as well. Then here we have this button. Then here is our preview view as well. Here is our camera executor service. Here is our process camera provider as well, and here we have this camera selector which with lens facing back. Then here we get hold of our current activity as well. Then here we set layout params to our viewfinder. So viewfinder is basically the camera preview. Then here we are calling this method called install hierarchy filter. I'll talk more about this later. Then here we add our viewfinder to our parent view. Then here is our button as well, for we set the text background color, text color alpha equal to 0.85 as well. Then here we also set the layout params for our button. Then add it to our parent view, and also add a click listener called take photo. Then we override on attach window, and here if we have the camera permission, then we just set up our camera, and on detach from window we shut down our camera executor as well as unbind our camera provider. Now here, like I said, I have written this method, like basically I have copy pasted this method from this particular URL. Now why we do this? Because this is because there is a known issue in React Native which has been open since last 8 years. It still has not been fixed. That's why this hack needs to be used. If you don't use this, you will see a black camera screen for your camera view. Then here we call setup camera, where we do process camera provider dot get instance. We add a listener to it as well. Then here we bind the camera use case. We get the camera width as well as the height. Then we get the rotation as well. Then here is our camera provider. Then we do camera selector dot builder, requires lens facing. Then here we define aspect ratio strategy as well as resolution selector. Then here we initialize our preview view as well. Here we initialize our image capture. Then here we define our use case group dot builder, add our preview use case as well as image capture use case. Then here is our media 3 effect. Then here we set the effect. So here you can see we use this scale and rotate transformation. So here I have set it as 45f, but instead of 45 you can use whatever value you feel like. Then here we add this media 3 effect as well. We unbind our camera provider. Then here we initialize our new camera. Here we just pass our camera. Then here we do preview dot surface provider, assign it to our preview surface provider. Okay, then inside take photo we just get first get a hold of our simple date format. Then here we pass display name, MIME type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we have this image capture dot output file options. Then here we do image capture dot take picture. Here we override on image saved. So here we have this image URL over here, and we send it back to React Native side using this emit on image taken. Then we unbind our camera provider as well. Here I just have one helpful method just to check whether the camera permission was granted or not. Then here I have a companion object where we pass the tag as well as the file name format. Then here we have now to send this image URL back to React Native side, it's bit of a we need to write some boilerplate code again. So this code, this entire code will help us to send data back to React Native side from native side. Now this code I have copy pasted it from the documentation, but I have changed it according to our use case. So don't just blindly copy it from our documentation. I have changed it depending on this on image taken callback which we have written inside our TypeScript file over here. Okay, so yeah, that's all there is to it. Then I'll just scroll down. Here we need to create a manager class as well. So let's just open this react my camera manager.kt. Now here I have copy pasted most of the code from the documentation, but I have removed few things, like we don't have this react prop, so I have removed it, and everywhere instead of web view I have written my camera. So firstly this should be your package name, and everywhere I have written it my camera. As you can see, I have written my camera everywhere else. So yeah, feel free to pause the video. And this I have changed a little. Again, this is our callback on image taken, so we can't really copy their callback, so you need to change this a bit as well. Then if you see, we need to create a package file as well, so that's what I have done over here. So I have created react my camera package.kt. Again, I have just copy pasted it from the documentation. Again, I have changed the package name, and instead everywhere of web view I have written it as my camera over here, over here, over here, over here, as well as over here. So everywhere I have written just my camera. Okay, then we need to import it. So let's just go to our test app, go to main application.kt, and here I have imported react my camera package, and here I have just added it over here. Okay, then let's just scroll down. Let's see how to use it now. So you can just go to app.tsx, and here firstly these are all the imports which I have added. Then if you see, I have added a state for image URL and one state for whether camera permission was granted or not. And if the platform, if the Android version is greater than 10 or not, so because if it is equal or greater to 10, we don't require the write external storage permission, we will only request the camera permission. So here I have defined a method. I'm checking whether it's Android, and depending on Android version, I'm requesting the appropriate permissions. And once the permissions are granted, I'm just changing this particular set over here. Then here inside use effect, we are just requesting camera and storage permission. Then if image URL is not equal to empty, then we just display the image. Else, if image URL which is empty at the start but the camera permission is granted, then we display our camera. Else we just display a text saying camera permission not granted. And here are all the styles for it. Now let me show you guys the output as well. So I have recorded the output. So here is the output. So I'll just play the video. So here you can see I have already granted it the camera permission, so that has not been captured, sorry about that. But here is our camera preview and the capture button. Once I click on the capture button as well, it just displays the image inside an image view. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.